Okay, let's do part 2 of the Introduction to Algebra 1 with Alex. So this part is on what are your responsibilities, classroom rules, computer room rules, and some procedures to follow. So, main thing you want to do is really exploit the opportunity. In other words, take advantage of the opportunity. The school's spending a lot of money for Alex licenses and the computer room. The computers are expensive. The Alex licenses cost around $40 for each student, so it really adds up. So you have to remember that this isn't just your teacher that's been trying to figure out how can we really help you. This is the whole school, the principal, the other math teachers in the school, even people that work at the district are involved in making sure there's money for you to learn math. So you're very important to everybody at the school. And so you just have to remember that and take advantage of this. Okay, so here's how you do that. So be on time. Before the second bell, be in your assigned seat and have your notebook and pen out. Log on and begin to work without being asked to do so. You don't need your teacher. You don't need to wait for your teacher to start talking. There may be some introductions at the beginning of the class, but basically you come in, you sit down, and you get to work. Put your backpacks and purses under your chair, not on your desk or in your lap. You need space to work, so you already have a computer keyboard that's taking up some space, but you need room for your notebook and a little extra room if your teacher or a tutor sits down next to you to show you how to do problems. So think of this as your professional work environment and put your packs underneath away. If you're not in your assigned seat when the second bell rings and ready to work, you may be marked tardy, so you need to be aware of that. It's not just coming into the room. If you just step into the room as the bell rings and you're not in your seat, you may be marked tardy. Arrive to class in a healthy condition, prepared to learn. This is really important. Get a good night's sleep. It's really easy for teachers to just kind of look at your eyes and see that you're tired. From time to time you're going to have a cold or something like that. We understand that. But in general, you should be trying to get to bed at a reasonable time. Studies show that teenagers need anywhere from 8 to 9 hours of sleep every day. The other thing is eat a good breakfast and lunch. Definitely eat, because if you come in to class tired, it's really hard to ask you to do something like math if you just don't feel good, if you just don't have energy. If you're tardy for any reason, okay, please quietly sign in and take your seat without distracting the class. That's it. You don't need to high-five everybody when you come in. In fact, that might get you sent back out to practice coming into the class correctly. And the same, if you're in class and you're working and someone comes in late, please do not interact with them. Stay focused on your work. Distractions are one of the biggest things that eat up our time in Alex, working with Alex. If you need to leave early for any reason, okay, just remember you must have a note from the office. The teachers can't let you out of the school just by saying, "Oh, my mom's coming to pick me up." You have to have a pass from the office. And sometimes the office will call and tell the teacher that you need to go to the office. But one way or another, we need to be told. This is a school rule. Attend on a regular basis. So students who attend and work consistently, they gain confidence in themselves. They overcome their fears with math. A lot of us are just kind of fearful about math because we haven't been successful. But if you come every day and you work with us, you start to make progress, then you're going to start feeling better about yourself. You'll start making steady progress. This is really important. Students that just come once a week or maybe maybe they miss one class a week. This isn't going to work because you don't get on a roll. If you only come 2 classes out of 7 days, that's not enough math to keep you going. So we only meet 3 times a week as it is, so you've got to be here. That's really important. Even if you're tired, come and do your best. So what supplies do you need? Well, you need a pen or a pencil. Pencil works, but these days I've found that pens sometimes are a little bit just easier. And you need a notebook, okay? If you don't have a pen and a notebook, some teachers will sell you them. And headphones for listening to the help videos. It's not, at least not for Mr. Hardy. You're not allowed to listen to music in Mr. Hardy's classroom. Other teachers may let you. That you have to work that out with them. That's it. That's all you need. Okay, and for Mr. Hardy, he will provide you with a way to keep your notebook and pen and any other things you have in the classroom. So, stay in your assigned seat. If you experience a computer problem, wait until Mr. Hardy can observe, or your teacher can observe what's wrong. Okay, don't just automatically change seats. The computers are assigned to you, and we want to track how they're doing. And in general, stay in your seat. In this class, you're not allowed to get up and walk around and interact with people unless you're told to do so. So what that means is you need to behave in a way that does not interrupt or disturb other students. You have to remember that this is a class for you so that you can learn math and get back on track. If you decide that you don't want to learn, that's one thing, but you can't decide that you're going to disrupt the class and prevent other people from learning. Okay? And the other thing is you have to remember the teacher's job is to try to explain things really clearly to other students when the teacher is helping other students, as well as you. So when the teacher is working and you're making noise, then that's not fair to the teacher. You're not letting the teacher do their job either. Okay, so behaving is really important in this class. So create a safe environment. Respect the feelings of others. No teasing of any kind. And I'm serious about this. We can't, if people are working on math is challenging enough. They have enough fears already. So if people are teasing them about anything, not just about math, but anything, after a while, that just gets to a person. It's not creating what we call a safe environment where somebody can relax and try to do something that's somewhat challenging. So instead, be positive. Say things that are positive things. Don't use profanity or discuss inappropriate topics. That won't be allowed in the class. You'll be removed from the class very quickly. And respect the property of others. If people just don't touch other people's backpacks, cell phones, all that stuff. Any kind of messing around with somebody else's property will quickly get you removed from the class. And please, no throwing objects, even if it's just a piece of paper trying to throw it into a waste paper basket. Just walk over and put it in the basket. Don't throw pencils. If somebody wants to borrow a pencil, don't throw it to them. Hand it to them. So, electronic equipment. So you're not allowed to use your cell phones in the classroom or any kind of music devices. So you want to put them away. And put them away means in a pack. If you put them in your pocket, then they're going to be there. You're going to reach for them, and then the teacher's going to see them. If the teacher sees your cell phone or music device, they're going to ask for it. If you give it to them, there's a chance the teacher will give it back to you at the end of class. If you resist in any way and you don't give it to the teacher, then the teacher will send you and the cell phone to the dean's office. So, no text messaging, no listening to music. Sorry, that's just the way it is. Fair for everybody. Restrooms. Ask permission. Sometimes there's a line. You may have to wait. So ask permission, sign out properly, and take the pass when leaving the room. Okay? Sign in when you return. And the main thing you need to remember is don't go out with your cell phone and have a long conversation or see some friends and start talking to them outside of class. Because there's probably somebody in the classroom that's waiting. And it's really inconsiderate when your friends in your classroom are waiting to go and you're just outside talking and goofing off. So please be respectful. Technology rules, so we have these computers in the classroom, so we have to respect them. And one of the things is that they're there to use ALEKS, so there's no surfing on the internet. That includes checking email, reading the news, visiting social media sites, or shopping online, or watching videos. All that stuff you do at other times. If there's exceptions, Mr. Hardy or your teacher will tell you when there might be exceptions. Okay, if you, for example, let's say you want to check School Loop at the end of class, then just let Mr. Hardy know or your teacher know. Say, hey, can I check School Loop real quick? I want to see what my assignments are. That's probably a reasonable thing to do. One thing that's really, really important you need to understand, if for any reason you're seen using inappropriate websites, these would be sites with any kind of inappropriate language, displaying any kind of sexually explicit material, or physical assaults, abuse, gang fights, anything like that that's completely inappropriate, you'll probably be kicked out of the class and suspended. The computers are here to do math. So, handle the computers with care. Be aware, they do break. Please don't disconnect the cables. Every once in a while somebody thinks it's real funny to disconnect the cables from their friend's computer. Please don't do that. It's not funny. It creates all kinds of problems. If you're seen doing that, you'll be in trouble. Do not bang or slam on the equipment. If you get frustrated, please don't hit the keyboard or bang on the keyboard. And please don't download other programs from the internet to the computer. That will corrupt the computer and make it really slow over time. And please don't write or draw on the computer or take paper and stuff it into the disk drive drawer. These are all things that students have done in the past. It makes it very annoying. If you're seen damaging the equipment in any way, you'll probably be removed from the class and suspended, simply because this is very expensive equipment and you're not the only one that needs to use this computer. Other people do. So you're just not being respectful. Okay, finally, keep the class clean. You should know this, but there's no eating or drinking in the school's computer rooms. This is to keep the computers working. Okay, so work with your teacher. Maybe you can eat at the front of the class, the back of the classroom, or maybe just step outside if you have something to eat. Okay, return your supplies at the end of the day to the proper place. Please don't drop gum on the floor. The janitors hate that and have to work hard to get the gum up off the floor. Pick up the papers around you. Just take respect for your environment. So, no arguing with the umpire. Okay? We can talk later, at a later time. So, in the middle of the class is not the time. Okay? When everyone's working and you have a disagreement, you're frustrated with the teacher, that's not the time. But you're welcome to say, hey, I want to talk about this. Or maybe the teacher will say, let's talk about this at the end of class. Okay? So there's a lot of rules here. But that's because it's a computer room and we all got to work together to make good, steady progress. So we have to abide by the rules. But every once in a while, somebody doesn't like the rules, or they think it's not fair, or there's something wrong. We can change the rules as we go through the class, but not when we're busy working. We're not going to stop and argue about rules right in the middle of things. But if you want, we can have a class meeting and we can have an open discussion about the rules and see maybe at times we can change them and try new things. So just act like an adult and talk to the teacher and see if you can work something out. Okay, that's the end of part 2. Thank you for watching.